What is going on? My name is Christian. I'm here for the Shuffle Online School, and today we want to have a look at different shufflers, analyze them, see which things they're doing particularly well, but then on the other side also mistakes they're maybe doing that we want to avoid. I have shuffled for more than 11 years right now, from born and raised in Berlin, Germany. I have shuffled ever since I was like 9 or 10 years old, and I think I know a little bit about it, have seen and been through lots of different styles myself. So I went through YouTube and Instagram, and obviously there are lots of people uploading the shuffle clips to Instagram, and then over on YouTube you have some compilations of these clips and then tutorials for about 4 to 8 or 10 different moves, right? And that's about it. And I thought, whenever you want to learn something in life, for example at school where you have a teacher, or when you're doing sports where you have a coach, in general, like somebody that has done whatever it is that you're trying to learn for a very long time, and then has a look at the way you're doing it and tells you, you're doing this good, this is where you could improve upon, let me show you how to do it, basically, right? And with shuffling, yeah, there are some tutorials, but they don't really go into the nitty-gritty too much, and then they don't have a look at specific clips of others doing it right and correcting their mistakes. So this is what we want to do here, and then obviously also praise other people for executing moves spectacularly well and things that we can maybe learn from them again. So without further ado, let's just jump into it, right? So I went through Instagram, and I had a look at the arguably largest shuffle page, which is shuffle.dance, with about 400,000 followers. And I think I found 3 clips that show different things really well. Let's just have a look at my screen now. This is the first clip that we're gonna have a look at. I think she is a teacher at the dance school / facility of this shuffle page. So they're located in Moscow. And they have sort of this shuffle school, which is a bit contradictory to what I said like a minute ago, where I said that there are no like shuffle schools and stuff. This is the only instance where I've heard of like a shuffle school, but they aren't really sharing any educational material, so to say, right? So she's a teacher there nonetheless. She's really good at shuffling. We're gonna have a look at this clip now. I'm gonna shut up for a moment and we're gonna enjoy it. Okay, so this first move right here is what I want to talk about first. So what she does right in the beginning, like right here, so she just crossed over her legs, right? You saw that. And what she's gonna do now is she's gonna pull that leg that's standing in front of her right now. Have a look at the cursor here. She's gonna pull that leg back over to the side, and then also gonna open up her shoulders alongside that, and so she's gonna pull that leg, and this leg right here that's standing behind her right now, she's gonna put her body weight onto that leg for that pull, right? And after she's finished pulling right now, she's gonna open up and turn and like open her shoulders, as I said, a little bit, and her hips also. She initiated that movement like with pulling her leg, and she's just using the momentum, right, to generate that spin. And what she's gonna do now is she's gonna transfer the weight. So right now this is the foot that has been pulled, and this is the foot that, so the left foot on our screen right now is the foot that had the weight resting on it right now, right? So now that the pull is finished, she's gonna switch the leg that she's putting the pressure on, that she's putting her weight on, right? So now she's gonna put the weight on the right foot. She's transitioning right now. She's gonna put the weight on the right foot, and then she's gonna push. So she's gonna continue like spinning a little bit. Let me show you. Yeah, right? So she's continuing spinning in the same direction, and now she's gonna push that foot where the cursor is on. She's pushing that forward, right? So first she's pulling sort of across her body, then she's using that cross motion to generate a spin, opens up her shoulders in the same direction that she pulled, and then she spins for 180 degrees and then pushes, her foot forward, but she doesn't just push it forward, she pushes it slightly to the side so that it creates a spinning movement again into the same direction that she initially started with, right? So she's pulling, then pushing, then pulling, and then she's always switching between which foot she rests the weight on, so that the foot that's free is then doing the pulling or pushing movement, so to say. Now, another thing that she does really well in this clip, let me show you, is the use of her arms, right? She's using her arms for many different things, actually. You can see that really well in this clip. So the first thing she does is having sort of, sometimes, not throughout the entire clip, but then sometimes, and it's pretty evident when she does it, she has like these abrupt arm movements towards when the beat is hitting, right? So beat, 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 beat. And what that does is it helps you keeping the beat. The second thing that she's using her arms for is generating upwards movement and thereby reducing friction to the ground. I've already made a video on that. It's a concept I call hopping. I don't know if anybody else came up with a name for it, but with lots of good shufflers, you will see them do it, even though they maybe like don't actively think about doing it, but it's just a thing that differentiates a good from a bad shuffler. Not a good from a bad one, but a good from a really good one, right? Because it makes movements a lot smoother, a lot easier. So what it basically does is, when you have, this is the person and this is the surface, right? When you have lots of weight resting on here and you want to pull, this is going to be really hard because of the friction. Now, when you do hopping, so this is what you use your arms for. So she's sometimes throwing her arms up, and then you can throwing her arms up. I think this is a bit weird if I say it like that in English. She's using her arms to generate upwards movement, right? So she does that, and you can clearly see it with the way her hair is bouncing, right? Like, my hair is a bit fluffy today too, so I can maybe show it to you. Do you see how it like fluffers a bit when I move myself? And have a look at her hair right now. It's also doing these like bouncing up and down movements, and that's because she's moving herself up and down. Because when you jump very slightly, so you will jump either 2 or 4 times usually in one beat. So it's like beat, jump. So it's like, or right, like with the beat, like beat, 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 and then we'll have da 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 da. I have never been good at like music theory and stuff. Please don't judge me on that. So you do that in order to reduce friction to the ground, and that is going to make it easier for you to slide your feet across the floor basically. And it's going to allow you to have a smoother movement, so to say, right? So she's insane, man. The second clip is also, I think, from the same girl. I can't really tell, but I think it's the same. Now, about this clip, there are 2 things that I want to highlight, right? So let's have a look at it first. Some music. I'm gonna shut up again. Okay, so first of all, applause, very well done. So 2 things that I want to mention about this clip specifically. So first of which being, oh god, I gotta mute this. First of which being this right here. So this gap between her feet right now is really important when I do either like crossing legs, so this move that she's doing right here where you just cross your legs and create this gap between them, or when you're doing the running man, right? So for these two movements, which are vital parts of shuffling, I would say, for these 2 movements, it's really important to have this gap be as big as possible. I don't really know why, but it just makes your shuffling look so much cleaner and sharper if you just have this gap real big, you know. So you want to position yourself towards the camera in a way that this gap is maximized, and then also you want to twist your hip like she's doing. You want to twist your hip a little bit when you're crossing your legs so that your feet can go further or parallel to the camera, if you know what I mean. Like what she's doing right now, she's turning her hip a little bit so that her feet can point towards the camera more parallelly. Was that right? I don't know. Write it down in the comments. I need some tutoring on English again. So that's one thing that she's doing really well. And if you want to step up your shuffling and your shuffling clips, do that, you know, try to keep that in mind. Position yourself towards the camera in a way that this gap is maximized and your videos will look a lot sharper. I will guarantee that. So the next thing I want to talk about is a move which is this one right here. Yeah. What she's doing now, this is insane, right? So this was really cool. She again crossed her legs and created this like large gap that I just mentioned, but that's not the important part here. What I think is really cool about this move is just like, it's so simple basically. So what she's doing is she has her 2 feet, right? And then she is this like, how do we do that? No, let's do it like that. So these are her 2 feet, right? And then she has 1 foot that is fixed. So this right here, this one is fixed. And so now she's moving her upper body outside and stepping outside with this foot being fixed here. And then she's dropping, like she's pushing herself off the ground again, then crossing her legs, right? And then this foot that was fixed before, this foot now is pushed outside and then going back again. Like she's pushing herself again from here and then she's back here. I will play the clip like 2 or 3 times for you. I can't do it right now because Instagram, for whatever reason, didn't implement that feature. At least for the web app. I think I don't think the mobile app has it either, but you know, not that important of a feature after all, right? So yeah, that's basically it for this clip. So we're gonna have a look at one last clip. Oh, I don't know if we want to do this. So this clip is by Elena Cruz. She is referred to as being the queen of shuffling or cutting shapes, which I partly agree with. She's really good and having lots of fun while dancing. Thing is, this video is really long already and I don't want to take too much of your time all at once. So I think I'm gonna postpone this to the next video. I'm gonna stop this here. Please let me know what you think about this format, so to say, so me having a look at other shufflers. Please let me know what you would like to see. If you want to be featured, if you want me to have a look at your shuffling, you can just send me your Instagram handle or a clip via email, you know. You can also do that without me having your videos featured here. So some people may not want me to publish these videos here. So I will obviously respect that. Other than that, let me know what you want to see. So please let me know what you think about it. Obviously, if you want to support the channel or want to see more of the videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button, give it a little massage, and also hit the bell button so you always get notified when new video has been uploaded. Alright, other than that, have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.